66 million years ago, our solar system experienced sorely the saddest day of its entire lifetime. That tragic day happened on the sun's pet child, Earth. The unruly dinosaurs that roamed our planet for almost 165 million years became extinct in just one day. Together with dinosaurs, about 80% of the other creatures also vanished. Although there are many stories about the extinction of dinosaurs, some recent research has revealed many sources of asteroid impact. And they predicted how its last minutes were. In those days our Earth was a little warmer than now, but more pleasant. There were plenty of dinosaurs in different sizes and shapes, flying, walking, and from plant eaters to dinosaur eaters. As well as insects, 200 meters long snakes, many animals and birds. To protect them, Earth covered with full of trees and forests. This life lasted for millions of years until the demon came in the form of an asteroid. He came, changed everything in just a single day. A few weeks before that day, a few brilliant dinosaurs in that herd may have been wondering why the extra one moon appearing in the sky. But they may not even be aware of the danger that sin brings them. There were no satellites, no telescopes, and no humans to predict that. Day by day, the mystery thing grew bigger and bigger. The night before that day, the all families happily shared the food and went to bed, without knows that it was their last day. It was dawn. Something different. That mysterious object, appeared only at night for a few weeks, was also seen in the daytime today. With a diameter of 12 kilometers, an asteroid larger than Mount Everest was approaching at 50 times the speed of sound to destroy the descendants who ruled the Earth for 165 million years. Understand its speed if it took just 2 seconds for it to reach the surface when it entered the Earth's atmosphere. Once entered the atmosphere, the stone transformed into a giant fireball and became even worse. Crashed into the shallow sea of present-day Mexico, released 10 billion times more energy than the atomic bomb dropped in Hiroshima, and more light than the sun. It collided with the Earth's crust at breakneck speed, and made a huge abyss 20 kilometers deep and 120 kilometers wide. According to Newton's third law, Earth also released an opposite reaction, so parts of asteroid and Earth's bedrock were hurled to the moon. The radiation, which travels at near the speed of light, deserted 1,500 kilometers of surrounding forest in less than a second. And within next few seconds, 10,000 degrees centigrade heat spread to several thousand kilometers, burned everything on its way. The earthquake, as far as which no other creature has ever seen, occurred up to other side of the Earth. Cracks in the ground appeared everywhere. Through the cracks and volcanoes, lava erupted and came onto the surface. When they came up, they turned into a sea of fire in a few minutes. Due to the impact, below the ocean's plates were displaced. When returned to original position, it caused more than half kilometers mega tsunami. We saw what happened to the world on just 15 meters tsunami in 2004, now think about 500 meters tsunami. That had been really horrible. The story of a lot of dinosaurs ended before they realized what was going on. Some burning dinosaurs were half charred by the tsunami, and the rest of the dinosaurs, which were not caught in the fire, drowned into the water and dies. The dinosaurs on the other side of the Earth were a little happier, because the impact was slightly lesser than elsewhere. But that joy lasted only 10 hours. Yes, debris thrown from Earth, some had gone to an interstellar space, but many were coming back to Earth. But even faster, hotter and more numerous. The fireballs sprinkled everywhere on the Earth. The forests all over the Earth were on burning. Earthquakes, fires, tsunamis, tremors, eruptions of volcanoes turned the Earth into a battlefield. Only a few dinosaurs took refuge in caves and saved their lives. Even if they had died the day asteroid hit, their life gone within a few seconds, but later, suffered severe hardship and died after faced the worst days. Yes, the entire world was covered with smoke and dust that came from fired forests, volcanic eruptions, and crushed rocks. Looked like a black blanket wrapped around the ball. Due to high levels of carbon dioxide, the heat lasted for a few months and was followed by a severe cold, lack of sunlight. The dark clouds and dust were on the atmosphere for nearly 4 years. Escaped dinosaurs were died with unable to eat the gray plants, starvation, suffocation and freeze in the cold. A few months later, 80% of life had already been vanished, and the Earth was plunged into deep darkness. After a few years, normalcy gradually returned. The plants began to germinate. But there was no one to eat that. There was no sound of animals, no bird shouting, no insects ringing. The great silence. The evolution that had been, little by little for billions of years, disappeared in a single day. Maybe if the asteroid that fell into the shallow sea had changed track and fallen into the deep sea, perhaps the dinosaur species would not have been destroyed, and today's human race would not have appeared. Maybe if the asteroid had not hit, mankind would not have found a place in this beautiful world. It is not known how long the human era will remain on this earth. Compared to the time with dinosaurs era, we have lived on this earth for just less than 1% of that time. But by then, we had sent things out of our solar system, trying to understanding things quarks to universe. We are also ready to take the mankind to a next stage. Even if there is a danger with an asteroid in later years, we have the knowledge to overcome it. But we are nothing in front of nature and the vast universe.